What's up, guys? This is Will Witt with PragerU. Today we're at Texas A&M and we're talking to people about guns and what we should do about gun violence in this country. Let's do it. What do you think we should do about guns in this country?
Right off the bat, I don't like them.
Personally, I think that there needs to be more restrictions on guns. You can just never stop trying and making the efforts to try to control guns or try to control the people that can get them and stuff.
Do you think if we armed more people, we could stop mass shootings?
No, that is like fighting fire with fire.
I hear the story of that guy who killed both of his parents and his sisters. I'm sure if you hear about that story. That story is a little bit shocking. I mean, why you killed both of your parents and your sister? If that's because you had the gun the first time, that's why you're doing that.
You don't think he could have stabbed him to death?
Because in a different country, it doesn't exist that way. People can't acquire these guns illegally as easily as in the U.S. That's a fact, right?
In which countries?
Oh, Canada, Norway, just to name a few. They have lower crime rates and have just as much as accessible gun laws.
Well, if you look at Sweden, a country like Sweden, per capita, more people die from mass shootings than in America, per capita.
Okay.
So if someone were to break into your house and you call the police, but someone's already in your house and they're threatening you, wouldn't you like to have a gun to defend yourself?
Well, at that moment, your question is a little bit, it's just from my perspective. So at that moment, if you don't have a gun, of course you're gonna die. There's no other choice.
You don't want to die. You should have a gun, right, to protect yourself. What law would you pass that would have stopped the Parkland shooting?
I don't ultimately believe you can stop every single act of evil because...
There you go. There you go. How do you stop something like that?
That's human nature. Crime's going to be part of life, right?
Like 98% of mass shootings since 1950 have taken place in gun-free zones. These are like places where people aren't supposed to bring their guns. So then mass shooters go there because there's no one with a gun there to defend, to stop them, you know what I mean? So it's like they don't really go to places with armed people.
Okay, that's understandable.
If you want protection, you can rely on the police. You can rely on other people who hold guns because this is their job. This is what they graduated for.
How would you make a gun-free zone stricter?
Like I said, you could have law enforcement more present within those zones, and that's all.
Who's going to pay for that?
Well, the American people pay for everything, right?
You walk into every building and have someone check you for a gun?
Not into every building. Gun-free zones aren't every building. I think that's.
But then basically the buildings that would be not guarded by police are going to be the ones that are going to have the shootings in them because there's no one there to defend, right? So it's either you have it all ways or no way.
Or another solution would be to use technology to be able to identify these things, which would be a much safer solution.
Again, it's a very expensive thing to do.
Well, yeah, but money's an excuse. Money's a social construct. Money's a social construct.
What if I told you that concealed carry permit holders are some of the most well-behaved people in this country in terms of committing crimes? They commit less crimes than police officers.
I believe that. I believe that.
Thank you. That's fun. Did you learn something?
Well, yeah, definitely. I didn't know about the gun-free zones. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. People here are so nice. They're much nicer here than they are in Hollywood, where I live. What do you think we should do about gun violence in this country?
I don't think it's an issue that can be solved with more legislation. I think there's an individual responsibility problem. There's nothing that proves we can solve gun violence with more laws.